Hello students, welcome back to English grammar class. We have been learning modals, right? Students, you have to learn modals because there is a need for you to convey or express your moods or attitudes and let the listener feel that, let the listener know whether it is your opinion or it's a compulsion or it's a necessity or what and so on. So you must feel, that is, you have to feel, I must learn modals. I must be perfect in using modals. So when you have that intention, you will learn in much better way, I feel. So let's move on to our class without any further delay, and by the end of this video you'll be able to identify types of modals and differentiate modals used for necessity, compulsion, suggestion and so on, and you will also be able to demonstrate an ability to reason deductively using the modal should, ought to, must and have to. And today we are going to learn only these three modals: I must, need, have to. All these three modals are used to express necessity and compulsion, should and ought to. In our next class we are going to learn. So I must, I need, I have to. Here I have told you, students, you have to learn modals because there is a need for you to express and convey your mood and attitude and let the listener know. And you also have to feel, I must learn these modals. Why I have used this? And let us move on to find out. What are the uses of must? Must is used to express a necessity felt by the speaker in present and future tense. Must, it is used to express a necessity felt by the speaker, not by somebody, by the speaker itself. If he or she feels the necessity, then she or he uses must. Like, I must get up early. You must leave this place soon. It is the speaker's own intention to get up early and leave that place. So we used must here. And must is used in a formal way also to express prohibition, present and future. Like in the example, you must not use a cell phone here. You must not. It is a prohibited area. For example, take the filling area. There, it's a prohibited area. So you must not use cell phones there. You must not smoke even there. So must is used in formal way of expressing also. Like if there is some rule, like we use must there. To express prohibition also we use must. Let's move on to the next one, uses of have to. Have to and must, they have very slightest difference, but we have to know where have to should be used and what is this. Have to is a semi-modal verb. It is a semi-modal verb. So it can't make direct negatives and questions. It takes the help of auxiliary verbs, primary auxiliary verbs like do, don't and does. For example, do you have to go to school? Do you have to go to school? Here have to took the help of do to make a question. No, I don't have to. Don't have to. Here have to took don't to form negatives, to form a negative sentence. And have to is used to express an external obligation, not the speaker's own intention. It is to express external obligation, like you have to attend the meeting. You have to attend the meeting. Otherwise, you may be warned by your boss. So you have to attend the meeting. And if it is like your parents asking you to do something, like you have to attend your online classes, or you have to follow your classes regularly. So that's an external obligation. You may or may not be interested in doing that, but you have to do it. And to express a necessity or an obligation in the past, we can talk about the past using have to, but it is not with must. Let's know the differences in the next slide. Now, a necessity or an obligation in the past, to express this. For example, he was late to school. He had to stand outside the gate for a while. He was late to school. We are talking about the past event. So what happened? He had to. Here have to changed to had to. Had to is the past tense of have to. And it is used to express removing a necessity or obligation. To remove a necessity or an obligation in present, past and future, it is not necessary. To express that, we use have to using don't. The meeting is postponed, so you don't have to attend. It is not very much necessary for you to attend the meeting because it is postponed. So here have to is used along with don't. It took don't have to. Don't have to be used in removing a necessity or obligation. When we are talking about removing a necessity or obligation, we use with don't have to. And now let's move on to this. Must versus have to. Must and have to. What are the differences? Must is for more personal opinions, whereas have to is for somebody in authority has said it is necessary to do. We have already talked. If somebody asks you to do something, it is compulsory, it is necessary to do something, we use have to. And if it is your personal opinion, we use must. So let's go on. Must doesn't change in the third person singular, but have to changes. Yes. Must remains the same with third person singulars also. He, she, it, all these must remains the same. Whereas have to changes accordingly. Like he must go now. Must is the modal verb. So it remained the same with he also. We did not add any yes or yes to that. Whereas he has to go now. He is third person singular. So we used has to singular modal verb. Singular it is. Okay. And have to is more frequent in conversations, whereas must is used more in formal writing. So have to, when it comes to conversations, regular conversations, we use have to, not must. But in formal writings, when it comes to writings, must is used. In formal writings, we show the difference between must and have to. When it comes to formal way of writing, we show the difference between must and have to. Okay, whereas when it comes to conversations, we use have to. We use have to. More frequently it is used. It's not a rule that in conversations you have to use only have to and not must. It's not a compulsory. It's not a rule. That is, in conversations generally we use have to. The example, passengers must fasten seat belts. It's a formal way of expressing a rule. So we used must here. Have to can combine with modal verbs. Where have to, it can combine with modal verbs. For example, he will have to study hard to crack the exam. So will is one modal verb and have to is semi-modal verb. And we combined these two to express this situation. Okay. And have to can be used in all forms, but must is used to talk about the present or future but not the past. Have to can be used in all forms, present, future, past. In all forms we use have to. But whereas must, it is used to talk about present or future. I had to go to hospital. That is the past event and we used have to changing into past verb. You cannot tell I must go to hospital previously or yesterday. You cannot tell. And the difference between must not and in negatives. Must not, mustn't and don't have to. Have to, negative, don't have to. And must not. What is the difference? Let us see. You mustn't smoke in a non-smoking area. It's a prohibited area. So there is a rule that you must not smoke. If you are willing to smoke also, you must not smoke here. That is compulsory. And you don't have to smoke. It's a smoking area. Okay, but if you are interested, if you want to smoke, if you have the willing, if it is possible, you can smoke there. You can smoke there. It depends on you. You don't have to smoke there. It's not necessary to smoke there. But if you want to smoke, you can smoke. That is the difference between. So, must not, when we use it, becomes more formal, whereas have to, though we use it in a formal way, when we add don't, it becomes an informal way of expressing things. When we add don't to have to, it becomes somewhat informal way of expressing things. It's not very much compulsory. You can, when we have don't do, it's not necessary, but if you wish, you can do it. Now let's move on to the other slide. Here is a conversation. I felt this conversation makes the concept very much clear, so I have added this small conversation between two women. Let's see the difference between must, must not and need not. Okay, here she is telling, I must do exercises. It is necessary for me to do exercises. Maybe because of her health issues or anything, she felt that she must do exercises. What she said, I need not do any exercise. I have enough household chores to do. So I have enough household duties to perform. So I need not do any exercises. That is enough for my fitness. She felt so. So she used need not. That means it is not necessary for her. But the other lady, the previous lady, she told it is necessary for her to do. And here the conversation between two boys, let's see. The first one, he told, we need to play football for our fitness. So we need to play. It is necessary for us to play football for our fitness, both physical and mental fitness. We need to play. He felt it is necessary. But what the other said, I must not play football. I must not play. That means it is said he should not play football at all. It's not necessary for him. He has been advised by somebody that he should not. He must not play football because of his health issue, or he might have some other back pain or something like that. We don't know, but he is telling I must not play football. I should not play actually. He expressed. So I hope you understood the difference between must, must not and need not. Need is used to express something, it is necessary. It is necessary for us. Must not is used for you should not. It is not necessary and you should not. Though it is necessary for you, you should not play because of some other reasons. Might be some other reason, so you must not play. Okay? So need not is a general way of expressing necessity. When it comes to must not, due to some other reasons, maybe he wanted to play, but because of some other reasons, he was not willing to play. He was telling just he should not play football. I hope you understand, students. This video is followed by a worksheet event. Complete the worksheet, and thank you for now. Meet you in the next class.